That's true, and even though they are MGE lords, at least for probably a lot of people, unless they fancy themselves an MGE lord as well, they might not know. But we're gonna have an opportunity to see how they all do it as we're gonna be going on to the next matchup. Rico, the South American player representing his region, and Slemnish is gonna be over on a Badlands mid and Viaduct middle, so kind of mirroring what we saw last time, but this time I think it is going to be Scout v Scout as both are in the arena and ready to get started.
Yeah, and it looks like repeat again. We're on Badlands here. So, I mean, I don't really know what to expect that's all that different. It is just a classic Scout v Scout MGE here. I don't know which ones or what really to focus on here, because I mean, really you just have to see who's more accurate with their shots. And I mean, right now it seems very, very even. It's 4-3, and it looks like the kills just keep trading over and over. But I guess that streak has been changed now. Goodness gracious, 5 kill streak for Slem, as it's 6-3 right now. Now 6-4. Slem is slowly losing their lead.
Yeah, got a nice early lead, but as everyone knows, MGE can be such a game about momentum. I'll call myself out here. There's been times where I was about to win. I was maybe 18-12 up, and then I just beef, and it just slips away from you. It's the worst feeling ever, but it can just be a little bit about momentum. You miss the shots that you're supposed to be hitting, as we see a very weak Slemnish tries to go for the old wraparound, not going to be able to make it work. Rico managing to tie it up. Slemnish gets a little bit of a lead, 7-8 at the moment, and that's kind of one of the annoying spawns on this map when you're over on the porch and you have to try and make your way over to the bridge, but Rico managed to win it, tie it up again, 8-8, very competitive. Rico getting the lead, and a lot more competitive than we saw in the previous one, Ixie versus Kobe, maybe because they're both on hitscan, and Slemnish doesn't have 5 ping like Kobe did, which is going to definitely be a help to Rico. He doesn't have to compete against that level of just a low latency. But currently 9-11, Slemnish in the lead, over on the high ground, just shooting down with the pistol, makes it a 12-9 game.
Yeah, I mean, Rico does still have to fight with ping issues. They're sitting at 164, but I really don't think they care about the ping. I think, of course, being on hit scan is going to help them a good bit. Ping won't hurt you too much on hit scan. It still sucks, but you can have an easier time trying to adjust to it. And they're only 4 behind. This is a very competitive match, like you said. Rico is sat behind the little pillar here and actually manages to get the kill onto Slem. Slem just missed too many pistol shots, and Rico is able to close in and take them down. 16-12 here. Could be 17, and it will be 17-12 here. It looks like Rico going to be going in, trying to close the distance, but just not able to. Slem going to get 3 in a row, but that's going to be shut down. Rico finds their 13th. It's 2 away for Slem to take map 1, and it's a 4-kill gap right here.
There's a 4-kill gap. Rico managing to claw it back just a little bit. Takes a little bit of early damage, but going in for the kill. Walks forward and manages to make it 16-18. Right now, Slem fires back 16-19, and he immediately gets the next one. 2016 game. Very, very close, and a very admirable job from Rico to try and close the distance. Almost exactly what happened to me earlier, as I said, but Slemnish showing up and managing to get that first map in the best of 3. They're going to be going over onto Viaduct, I believe, for the second map. Probably going to still be on both scouts, as it makes sense, as I think we're just waiting for them to cross over. But I'll have to see if maybe Rico can respond. It was very close, and it was one of those matches where you could totally see it going either way.
Yeah, I definitely could see that match going either way. Like you said, it was very, very, it was way, way closer than I think. Obviously, the score was still a little close, but I think it was just a little bit closer than the score might let on. And we are going live with the second map. We're on Product mid here now, and it's going to be Rico mopping up the first kill, looking for 2. That's a 2-0 lead right off the bat, looking to make it 3. Eats 2 meat shots, somehow still alive after 5, but is going to go down. Slem takes down the lead, ties it all up. Rico is looking for that third kill, but looks to be struggling a little bit. Both of them missing their pistol shots are one shot away each, and Slem manages to find the kill early, I guess not early on, but late in that fight, and manages to find that second one. Now a third one here. This is a 4-kill streak, shutting down that lead, over doubling it. And now Rico coming in to get 2 in a row, going to be closing it up pretty quickly here.
It's going to be closing it up. Nice. A little bit of tracking there from Rico. Gets the kill onto Slem. He's very weak. He needs a nice miracle meat shot. Not going to get it. Slem keeps control of the lead, 6-5, but Rico ties it up. Shout out to all the people in chat rooting on for Rico. Love to see that. Supporting them over here, representing the region. But tie game, very close. Either could win, either could lose. Both with the pistol out, trying to connect that last bit of damage. Rico managing to whittle some down, goes up and Melee gets it with the bat. That's what you love to see. An immediate 2-shot as well from Rico. He's starting to get a little bit of momentum here, 10-7. I think this is maybe the biggest lead that we've seen from Rico so far. Slem manages to get a little bit of traction back going his way, closing it up 10-9, but I mean, that bat kill, those melee kills, they're always they always feel so good when you do it, but when it happens to you, you're like, what the heck, man? What the heck?
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate that he got his head bashed in with the baseball bat, but what can you really do about it besides come back with your next life and try to set up another lead as Rico tries to go in for another bat kill. Manages to claw back the lead, 2 kills in a row here, 14-12. Rico finds Slem twice. Now Slem could be looking for that upset kill, but it's not going to happen. That's going to be 3 in a row for Rico. But now, after 3, that's enough, said Slem, and he's going to take down that kill streak and will slowly, or at least attempt to, try and take the lead back. But it's still 16-14 in favor of Rico. And it's not a huge lead, but when the score is this close to 20, you'll take any kind of lead you can get.
Oh my God. Rico is so close to taking us to a third map. Slemnish is going to find one, and Rico, he's at full HP. That's an easy one for him. Just one more kill, and he takes us to a third map. They're both very weak. Slemnish does get it, and this is the moment. Does he beef? No, he hits for shots. In Rico, 20-16. I think an almost exact mirror of the first matchup is going to take us to a third map. All the South Americans in chat going crazy for their man. Let's get it up. But, he hasn't won yet. He could do it. I think he could. But we are going to go to a third map. I believe it is Ammo Mod. And it's going to be exciting. I'm pumped for this. I think maybe Eki is currently mowing down on some of his food. Didn't quite hear that, but yeah, it is going to be a third map on Ammo Mod, and it's going to be. I think they're actually deciding what the third map is, because I don't know if they actually got that figured out and squared away before they started this. But I think they are just going to do it on Ammo Mod. I don't think either of them have a too much preference. Yeah, Slemnish rolls in. So this is going to be Rico versus Slemnish. Whoever wins this goes in and carries on. Can Rico take it away from our North American Slemnish, or is Rico going to be able to continue on as actually... Okay, wait, no. Okay, no, that's the MG moderator. I saw a Soldier join. I was like, wait a second, is Rico on Soldier? That's crazy. No. They are going to be starting in the third map, Slem versus Rico, as they start. And Slem, with the early lead, gets the kill onto Rico. Some nice tracking there. Rico responds almost immediately with the kill onto Slem, and it's just going back and forth. 2-1 currently in the favor of Slemnish. Rico, he just barely missed out on the kill. Slemnish gets it in the nick of time with the last scatter, and he does it again. He's so weak in these past couple of rounds, but Rico just not able to close it out. 4-1 in the favor of Slemnish. Missing the pistol a little bit. Rico just biding his time, waiting to line up the shot, and does get it. Gets Slem down very, very weak, and is almost closed it up to a tie game. And Slemnish just hits the kill. 3-5. Currently in the favor of Slemnish, 3-6.
Yeah, and Slemnish is looking very, very, very strong here, starting off the game. Realizes that, they got to get this win here. Every win is important, and we seem to have a truce of sorts happening in the Ammo Mod ring. I think this truce is about to get broken. I don't know. I don't know what's happening here.
Interesting. we have our first dispute, which okay, so Slemnish forgot that in ammo mod, apparently, that's the rules that they're doing. You don't use the pistol. You're only using the scattergun shot, which I didn't know, honestly. I haven't really played too much Scout, so I didn't know that. But, so they are restarting, so it's going back to 0-0. Slemnish, however, has already retaken a lead, kind of similar to what he did in the beginning, 4-1, and he is making sure that no pistol thing is not affecting him whatsoever. 6-1, he's on a killing spree at the moment. Maybe the pistol was slowing him down as Rico tries to go for the melee. He's too far away. Slemnish just has to play the distance. He's trying to go for the melee. Just hit him, man. Just hit him. There we go. 7-1.
Now 8-1. Slemnish is just going on a tear. He doesn't care. He wants to reset. I guess he's already reestablished his lead that he had before they ended up resetting after agreeing that the pistol shouldn't be used. And now I think Rico... Oh my goodness! Rico had such a good advantage in health, but he just got taken down. Slemnish is just aimbot, I guess. I don't know what's happening. Slemnish is just constantly hitting shot after shot after shot. It's an 11-3, now an 11-4 lead as Rico mops up another kill. I think Rico's slowly starting to find their groove here, landing a few more shots, but they're still struggling against Slemnish, who's up 8 kills.
Yeah, it is I don't want to say it's insurmountable, because Rico, he's good. He can definitely close the distance, but he's got to play essentially perfectly. And when you're playing against someone as good as Slemnish, that is such a tall, hard-to-fulfill order. 28 health on Slemnish, 46 on Rico, just trying to jump around, buy a little bit of time, goes for the melee kill, gets it again. That's 2. I mean, it's not the most amount of melee kills you can get, but that does maybe give a little bit of momentum to him, as he does make it only a 4-point differential. 5-point Slemnish, 15-10 in the lead, 15-11. So definitely doable for Rico as he comes in, and he's starting to pick up a lot of steam. As he said earlier, Slem responds almost immediately. They're very weak, but only 3 kills away from him and advancing in this tournament. 2 kills away. Can Rico pull back?
We'll have to see. It's 18-12, 13-18 now. Rico is trying very diligently to find their way back into the race. Ooh, that's a nice kill on the Slem right there. Rico slowly finding their way back. It's 19-14 right now. This kill will reset everything. Oh! And unfortunately for Rico, Slem takes home the win on this map. And 20 kills to, I think it was 14 there. So not terribly, unbalanced. That was a very, very close, very competitive matchup there. But, man, that is unfortunate.
That is very unfortunate. Shout outs to Rico. I hope we've been saying that name correctly.
I hope so.
It did an absolutely mega job from him. That complete time went down to the wire. Definitely could have been able to go on to the next part of Eternity, but Slemnish is going to be able to move on, and Rico not quite. So very, very great showing, and it does make me excited to maybe see some more South America TF2. Hopefully we can get some more South America representation, in these type of events, whether it's in these kind of tourneys or just kind of other type of cup things in general. We need more South America on the international stage. So
yeah, I do want to see some more South American players, because South American TF2 is a very it doesn't get a lot of coverage. It doesn't get a lot of attention. Of course, we've got our good pals over at Legal TV that do some coverage of Brazil Fortress, I think is what they do. But there's not a lot of coverage outside of that for South American TF2. So it's always nice to see players from regions, especially South America, don't get a lot of coverage coming over, playing in regions that tend to get a little bit more, bring some attention to their side of the world, and hopefully get some more eyes onto South American TF2, because that was a good display from Rico there. I mean, he got 2 bat kills. I mean, when was the last time you saw a guy get a bat kill in a World Championship MGE tournament? Never.
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, maybe partially because I don't think we've had too many World MGE tournaments to do that. But there have been. Ooh. Okay. Wait. Maybe. Maybe no. Okay. There have been some other scores going in, some other games being played while this has all been going on, and